Good afternoon, everyone. And before I begin, I want to ask you all a question. Raise your hand if you've used AI in the last month. That should be everybody. Now, keep your hand up if you've used it in the last week. Still, that should be almost everybody. What about the last day? Still, a good chunk of us. Well, based on this, it's pretty clear that AI is becoming more and more prevalent in our daily lives. But what does this mean for our cognitive ability? And what if the tool we use to think faster and be more efficient is actually teaching us to think less? Well, if you've ever wondered this, you might be onto something. And a study from June of 2025 shows just these concerns. So the study went as follows. 54 people were split into 3 groups. The first group wrote an essay solely using their brain. The second group wrote an essay using a search engine. And the third group, well, as you might expect, they wrote it using AI. Researchers then did multiple rounds of this test, and in the final round, they asked participants to switch groups. This was so that they could see what would happen to the AI group when they went from using AI to then using only their brain. In the end, researchers came to 3 key conclusions. First, they found that brain engagement drops. They noticed that the AI group had significantly less engagement, and that they had less neural pathways being created and less neurons firing than the brain-only group. Second, they noticed that memory declined. They found that the AI group had a significantly harder time quoting and reciting their essay compared to the brain-only group, who could do it a lot more easily. And lastly, arguably the most important, they found that efficiency declined. They noticed that when the AI group went from using AI to using only the brain, they were significantly less efficient and their essays were proportionally worse. So based on this, AI researchers came to the conclusion that the more external support your brain gets, the less it actually thinks. So what does this all mean? And is AI really making us dumber? Well, researchers have coined these 3 facts as cognitive debt, which is when a heavy reliance on AI causes your brain to lose some of its neural pathways, critical thinking skills, and even creativity. It's similar to a muscle atrophying, like my leg, which has gotten a lot weaker while I was immobilized. Your brain actually weakens without significant and substantial stimulation. So this doesn't mean that AI inherently makes us dumber, but it does change how we think, and clearly not for the better. So what can you do to combat this? So I've devised 2 solutions. First, don't use it. It's quite simple, right? Just stop using AI. Clearly, a lot easier said than done. Or second, a bit more manageable. Just plant the seed of doubt in the back of your mind. Ask yourself, do I really need to use AI for this? And if you do, ask yourself, is this helping my growth? Am I using AI to add on to my thinking? Or is AI just replacing it? So, before I leave, I want you all to remember that it's not AI that's the enemy, it's how we use it. Thank you.